Hi guys, again Piotr here, this is Liteforex Global YouTube channel, and today we are going to focus on US dollar. Yes, that's the CPI day, US CPI day, and tomorrow PPI. So the consumer inflation today, producer price inflation tomorrow. Big thing, especially if we are going to take into the consideration the US yields, and that's the biggest story. I would say I'm very interested in how it's going to play out towards the end of the week. There is a dollar strike back based on that, but of course the 1% on tens is going to be the big level. And some guys are telling us that 125 on tens could be big as well. So we will see. Without a further delay, guys, let's jump straight and check few dollar charts. Okay, guys. 1.2 CPI year-to-year expectations 1.3, last 1.4. Core 1.6, expectations 1.7, last 1.6. Well, not the huge miss, I would say. More I would say in relation to the manipulation. Initial claims 709,000, expectations 731,000. There was initial dollar weakness, but dollar is going better and better towards the option expiration, and then London fix. Anyway, overall, as I mentioned, all about the yields, and we've seen post Veterans Day pullback, right? So we've been as high as 0.98. Right now we are trading around 0.91, let's say. But in my opinion, if you are going to go through the intraday charts, that's your homework, guys. If you are going to go through the intraday charts on yields, there was a three-drive rally, so the 0.98, as I mentioned, 1% was quite crucial. A little bit of the pullback, and I would say 0.86, 0.84 as a key levels when we are talking about the yields and when we are talking about the dollar. So what about euro dollar? Well, guys, from the medium-term perspective, when we are talking about the daily charts, to be honest with you, I've been thinking that we are going to retest either levels close to 1840.50 or close to 119, and we are going to go towards this swing high, right? It didn't materialize yet. What has happened instead, taking into the consideration the simplest measure between the Tuesday high and Wednesday high, moving lower to yesterday high and today high, and there you go. That's your very short term entry. Also, if you are going to switch to the intraday chart, that could be on euro dollar, that could be 1, 2, 3 rally move back inside the channel, especially that it could be treated as 1-to-1, and much lower levels are possible. So there was some kind of the reaction. If you were listening very carefully, you were able to trade upside, right? If you're following my live trading, I mean, if you are following the link which is in the description, you can clearly monitor my live trading activity, right? So I've been very heavily trading the long side from around 1760, 1740 based on bottom of the channel 1, 2, 3, as well as this election night high on the euro dollar, and we were discussing that's gonna be demand. So from the short-term perspective, intraday perspective, from day trading perspective, I've been very active at the bottom. But medium-term perspective, of course, as I mentioned before, levels close to 1840 and then swing high around the 19. That's where I'm looking to sell euro dollar. That's where I'm looking to fade euro dollar rally when it comes to the medium and longer term perspective, with 115, 114.50 as a target. So that's my view, right? Okay, I've been right here. and I'm not gonna repeat that one. That's very, very crucial, right? Because of the reaction during the first test, I'm fine, but I'm no longer, from the intraday perspective, interested in that level, right? I'm no longer interested in that level, guys. So that's to be perfectly clear here, right? So for now, I'm looking for selling opportunity. The next buying is gonna be much lower. So that's how I see the things when it comes to the euro dollar. Cable, very similar situation. A huge fade yesterday, but that's what we discussed this morning in relation to the UK data and yesterday Brexit talks failures. And we are cleaning the stops below the weekly open. For now, well, intraday perspective, I took the profit. We hit and took out demand from that possible demand zone. All right, there was a once bounce, there was another bounce and breakdown, right? So right now, don't be surprised that 50% retest, rejection, all right? But from the intraday perspective, I'm going to wait and see where we are going to have the daily close. I want to see daily close below weekly open, blue dashed line over here, and medium long term, I'm still bearish when it comes to the pound. Finally, when it comes to the dollar yen, and here market is trying to consolidate above 105. The thing is that the longer the consolidation from the buyer's perspective, much weaken the momentum, right? That was the momentum, and well, nothing really has happened as of now. So waiting to see where we are going to be when it comes to London fix, and might be able to try to add around 105 again, holding very tight and light exposure. Again, guys, you can monitor my live activity, link is in the description. So that's the three majors. Also, I'm monitoring very carefully USD CAD, been long, cover it, market went higher, and Aussie. So let's have a look what we have when it comes to the Aussie, because if you want to compare USD CAD and Aussie, I'm more bearish towards the Australian dollar. Here, a very important situation is having the place today. Why? Because what? We are finally trying to break, and the breakdown today is much bigger than what we've seen yesterday and Tuesday, right? So if we are going to see the break and daily close below weekly open, that might be ahead of the last trading days tomorrow, very significant development. Of course, there are plenty of buyers, I can imagine around 72.40 and then again 71.90, plenty of Aussie buyers, yeah, but that could be treated also as the top of the consolidation and failure around the top of consolidation. So that's why I'm holding medium long term short, but from the intraday perspective, I want to see where we are going to end up with the daily close and the weekly close. Nasdaq, so indices, slowly renewing short exposure. All right, I'm going to try to be on the short side as high as 12,100 based on my chart, but already I've started based on the failure on this high, so we will see how it's going to end up. Of course, lower yields, Nasdaq is pushing higher, so pure manipulation. Some guys are trying to call it as a rotation. So in that case, S&P, here we go with daily chart, and again 3 drive rally, nice rejection on the daily chart post Pfizer news, right? And that's going to be crucial. That's going to be crucial. Long term, if we are going to get the close, I'm going to add into my current shorts. So with that being said, maybe I'm a little bit too early, but that's what I'm going to monitor. Quite good day for me when it comes to the intraday approach, both what we discussed during the UK data and right here, right now during the CPI. Again, guys, don't forget you can monitor my trading, live trading activity. Link is in the description. Guys, don't be trapped. Tomorrow, PPI, and tomorrow, the Producers Price Index might surprise to the upside. With that being said, don't be trapped. Work with your exposure. Have a great rest of the trading New York session. See you around. Take care and goodbye.